Yeah. Hi, guys. Welcome. I know it's Friday afternoon, but we've been busy, haven't we?
Yeah.
Wendy is with Oregon Concealed, and her office is right on the other side of that door. But she doesn't have a camera or a microphone on her computer. So I said, "Do you want to just come over here?" And we both feel safe with each other. So we're doing this. We talk all the time. I rap on her door, sneak in and go, "Hey, tell me about this." So Oregon Concealed is a safety training course. Kind of explain to people and maybe move up just a little bit so people see that. Yeah. Okay. So explain kind of what you guys do, because I think this is really interesting, because we're one of only 5 states where you can do this anymore.
Yeah. It's getting limited. It's really cool, especially, of course, because of COVID and the lockdowns. We've had a much less chance to do our handgun training and basic knowledge anyways. So having an option to go online and do it just makes it convenient.
Because normally people go to like a 2 to 8 hour class.
Yeah.
So you're spending a good amount of time getting all this information and learning it. And with COVID, you can't go anywhere. I mean, we couldn't. And so it makes it kind of tough to go do. So this is, I was in there like going, like, I'm so stupid. I was like, so I mean, you do the whole thing online? And she's like, yeah. So how does that work? So how do they do that?
Yeah. So you would just go to the website, theoregonconcealed.com, and right away you can see there's information all about handgun training. I highly suggest you click on "Do I qualify?" That's going to be up in the top right hand. You have to be 21 and older.
Okay.
You have to be a resident of Oregon or a bordering state. So the bordering states, Oregon will allow them to get our permits.
Really? So Washington, Idaho, California.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. So they can get it, but you do have to make an appointment with the sheriff and actually be able to make it in for your photo.
Okay.
So if you're in Washington and you're fine making your drive into the nearest sheriff's office, that's definitely an option.
My biggest thing is that I heard it's taking over 6 months to get into the sheriff's office to get your prints, etc. Once you've taken the class. Do you know if that's true?
It depends on the county. Some counties, yes. For example, Lane County, your first appointment is going to be in December. And that is just because there has been a very large interest ever since last year.
Oh, wow. So this James guy said he's waiting. Sorry, James Wellington, waiting until December, 6 months for that.
I'm sure the LCSO means Lane County Sheriff's Office. So yes, Lane County it's a very popular one. So yes, there is a wait there. And that's just because of high demand. And COVID has also made it more difficult. In the past, you could just go straight into the sheriff's office with your certificate and say, "I've taken my training, I'd like to get a permit." Now there's just a little bit more to it. So you have to wait.
So the training part is free, and then you get a little certificate that you take to the sheriff, and that's $65.
Right. Yes. So this with your purchase, well, you can watch the video free anytime you want.
So anybody can go in there and watch, so you can cheat.
You can study up. You can watch it 4 or 5 times.
Just so you know what you're doing.
Rewind it, whatever you need to do. And then at the end, to get your diploma, you pay the $65. And then you get an emailed version automatically.
So Kevin took his concealed class online, did it last October. He has an appointment in a few weeks.
Yeah. There's a few counties, though, if you're in one of those little teeny tiny counties where there's not as big of cities, you might get in weeks or a month.
So and I don't know if you don't know if this is true. So if I take the test here, do I have to go to LCSO because I'm here?
Yes, you have to go to your county.
Because I'll drive to Harney County. I know that.
I know. If you go to the teeny tiny ones, they're getting their training and they're going in and out, no problem.
So Heather, obviously she says I want to do this. So go on it. It's OregonConcealed.com.
OregonConcealed.com. You'll recognize our logo from right there on the screen.
It's up on the top there, you guys.
And it's really easy. Like I said, you can pause the video. Oh, another really cool thing we just added, there's closed captioning.
Oh.
Yeah. So we just recently updated and we now have closed captioning. So if you're somewhere where you can't hear as well, or you don't have your earbuds in, or you are hard of hearing, this will be so much easier.
So when you renew, you have to renew it?
They're for renewals, depending on the county, but majority of the counties are doing renewals online or by mail.
Okay.
So you're going to want to go and get your application.
Do you guys offer a shooting class?
We don't personally have a shooting class. The instructor who does our course, Donovan Beard, does have shooting classes.
Okay.
He's been doing this since 2004. So he's very well trained.
Good question, Rick. I don't know which one you're talking about, but thank you. Lame. Jackie, lame, probably the wait time.
Yeah, the wait time, never been like this before. This is just, I would say a lot of it has to do with COVID and things being shut down for so long.
Can the people in Marion County take it online?
Any county.
Okay.
This is all of Oregon, any city, any county. We 100% guarantee the certificate will be accepted. We can't guarantee your background.
They don't clean up your background.
No. Once you pay for this, we can't say it's going to pass because, of the certificate, yes, but not if you have a misdemeanor, if you have a felony. Cindy
Vale says did this years ago for an armed services, a great course and good route to getting a license to carry.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Yeah,
you're doing good. Did the certificate expire?
No, that's another cool thing. Our certificates never expire. So you can do it today. And if you can't get in for 6 to 8 months and you lose your email, contact me. You can contact me via phone or email, and I can send it right back to you anytime.
And Brenda says to Josh, I renewed through the mail, didn't hardly take any time at all.
Yeah, the renewals are relatively easy. Typically with the renewal, you don't need more training unless if your certificate has expired. Your permit has expired, and then you wait like over a year or so. You may need to take the training again.
You need to have a valid in-state ID, yeah.
Yes, you need a valid ID. They also require proof of residency. Proof of what is the word? You need a passport or birth certificate.
Okay.
So those are the other things you'll need.
So to conceal, so I can get a gun and carry it so people can see it, and that's totally legal.
Open carry, yes.
So concealed is if I'm putting it under a coat or something.
Yeah, if you want it in a coat, in your duffel bag,
and is that what most people want? I'm new to this gun thing, so I'm going to be doing this.
It depends. If you don't want to be flashy, like, hey, here's my gun.
I want to get like a big strap and have that sucker hanging off, this and going. You want to be cheap.
And then you have it in your jacket, and if someone's messing with you, you're like, oh, really?
I want to call it Chico or something.
Right,
you'd like to talk to Chico?
Right.
I have a friend here.
My friend.
He's on the side. He's my sidearm. He's my wingman. He's the only one I trust. Yes. Great guy in Mapleton offers hands-on training, tactical toolbox. So that's where you could go learn to shoot. Because I've had other people too. Derek Lamont, I think it is. They do teaching.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's going to get there, go ahead.
Yeah, you could take the class, get your certification out of the way, and then if you're not feeling like you don't have a lot of experience, then go get an in-person shooting class. But you have your basic training out of the way, and you don't need the certification then.
What are the biggest questions you get right now? Like I know you said the other day, Iowa.
We also certify Iowa. So if say somebody here is watching and you're in Iowa, we also have iowaconcealed.com. They do the process almost exactly the same. You're just going to go to your sheriff after you've gotten your certificate. The thing you were starting to ask.
But they're looking at becoming a constitutional state, and then they would not even need that.
Yes. I have had people call from Iowa saying, hey, do I even need this class? Yes, you still need the class. If you're in Iowa, this is not changed. It's just something they're talking about. There's been a vote. I think there was a House vote. But that doesn't mean it's a law yet.
Right. So wait till it's a law.
Yes.
You don't want to be doing it. We don't need you to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And then also you said Virginia no longer, you guys used to do this in Virginia, and they no longer allow online training.
Right. Yeah. They did, crazy enough. Okay. They canceled online training January 1st, 2021. Then they decided middle of March, well, we really feel bad that we've done this to all these people that took online training. So we're going to give them extension till April 30th. So people are like, great, I can't use this. And now suddenly they're like, wait, I can. I've got a month. So I've been getting people contacting me saying, can you send me my certificate?
So those are the phone calls I hear you talking really loud over there.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's okay. Calm down.
Wait. I feel like I have to carry. I would just as soon people know I have it. Don, I'm kind of like that too. I'm kind of like, if I want to be packing, I want to make sure people know I'm packing.
Yeah.
We shoot on a regular basis in Central Oregon. I know you do, Jason. That's handy if you can get it online. I thought it was I mean, I had no idea what you did. She's in the office next to me. And finally I went in there. You know me, I always ask so many questions. Bam, bam, bam. And I said, so what is that? And this online. And I thought that is the greatest thing because I mean, that's so easy for people.
Yeah.
Mike Wilson, is that another instructor? Are you giving us concealed weapons holders by women are up 60% in 2020?
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of women, interesting enough, elderly too. They've been more the riots, all sorts of stuff with, everything, destruction and, and just being alone, a lot more alone. And I think they just want to they for some reason feel like this is going to help them feel safe.
Right.
Some of them don't even have a gun. Some do. But you know what? They just feel like if I was to leave the house and I had this, I might feel more comfortable. Or traveling. I've had some say when they travel. So that's another thing.
Do you see more people asking questions when like we have a shooting and then they start talking about restricting gun rights again? Do you see an influx? And I mean, all of a sudden you get a bunch of, because I think we all of us start panicking a little bit because I keep with my wife, we keep going, we have to do this. We need to do this. But now that I know this, I can get that out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, you can even literally, if you know you're thinking about doing this, you can go to the sheriff's website and set your appointment now. They don't need any details with this until you bring it in. So
did you guys hear that? So you could just go to the sheriff's office, make your appointment, and then take the class online.
Yeah.
And then go get your gun training in the meantime. And then by the time you get to all that, you'll be a really good shooter and you'll have everything done.
Yeah. Definitely.
You're smart. See why I'm in the office I'm in? I have all the smart people in my end.
Yeah, I like that.
I want my conceal. I'd rather conceal than open carry.
Yeah. There's a lot for women too, there's a lot of really cool handbags that they have a special compartment. You can set your gun right in there. You have your purse with you when you're walking to your car and you have a couple blocks to go when you leave your office. That little bit might help you feel a little more comfortable, Well,
for God's sake, too, learn how to use it.
Yes.
Because I think, we said, you have a gun and then the guy takes the gun and shoots you. Right. I mean, you need to know how to use this. I was thinking confident. After that shooting in Boulder, I was thinking, you know what? I want to be the guy in the grocery store with the gun. Yes. So if this guy starts shooting, I want to be protecting people, not being a victim.
Well, I loved hearing or reading, I should say, about the recent home invasion where there was almost a woman potentially could have gotten raped and her roommate had a gun. And that right there was a big difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mike, Iowa governor just signed it into law 2 hours ago. No permit needed now. Seriously?
Wow.
Breaking news
2 hours ago.
Well,
interesting.
Dang.
Yeah, we'll have to do some research.
That's crazy, Mike. Seriously. So what does it mean, Mike? Do you know? Because I know you're into this stuff. So to be a constitutional state, that means that you don't have to have anything. You can just carry a gun.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing is though, Iowa gun permits cover 35 states. So if you are right next to the border of another state that they are covering, or you're traveling a lot, it would still be beneficial to have a permit.
Right.
So it's still an option.
Because I'm sure a lot of people from Iowa go to a neighboring state to hunt.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know how much, I guess there's deer.
I mean, I don't know I haven't been to Iowa.
What states are included? So you guys do Oregon. Well, if you get one in Oregon, then you could use it in the states around us, Timothy. But you have programs in Oregon, Idaho, or Iowa.
Right. Those are just the programs we have. If you go to the Oregon Concealed website, there's a list of, I believe, 31 states that you can travel through with your permit that you will be fully covered. I don't have the full list. I'm sorry, I don't have 31 states memorized off the top of my head.
Do you know in California, what is the law? Can I have a permit to carry only in glove compartment without loaded?
I unfortunately do not know California
Mike, do you know? Because somebody on here might know. We have so many weird people on here.
Yeah.
I mean, me too. You can also get a concealed carry without taking the class as long as you have taken the OHA Hunter Safety course. Okay, so if you're a hunter, there's another option.
Military DD 214 will also work.
Okay.
But this is probably going to be your best bet for an initial training. And like I said, if you're not even sure you want to fully go through the actual concealed training process, you can just watch the video.
Yeah.
And, educate yourself. I mean, any age can watch it.
Do you go online to do to set up the appointments, or do you have to go in? You can't go on that's for LCSO, for the Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, majority of the sheriff's office are doing a huge portion of things online right now.
Okay, so Jackie, you should be able to go on the Lane County Sheriff's Department site and look under. I'm sure it's very well lit up because they don't want to answer all those calls.
Exactly.
Good luck finding bullets. Oh, that's another show, Tessa. That happens a lot. Jason, when I lived in downtown Bay Area, there was a woman that was robbed at an ATM, and she had a concealed weapons permit with a stub 38 on her person, and she pulled and ordered the gun on the ground, and the bank employees called the police, and she was convicted for robbery. Otherwise, she would have been accosted.
Wow.
But she was prepared. Wow,
that's
awesome. Crazy.
LOL,
Iowa. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Right.
I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
No, I mean, I haven't even thought to follow up on it because everything I've read recently was so, in the works.
So Maine is the same as what, Dale? We don't. These come in later, so we're on to a new topic. So you got to kind of be more specific with that. Oh, look at James Wellington.
Wayne County.
I have the best viewers. So there it is, Jackie. James just put that on there for you. That's how you go in and do that. I should go do that too.
Yeah, because you can set your appointment up anytime.
Nobody wants to be accosted because the long-term mental effects could be severe depending on the person and the anxiety.
True. I found, though, a lot of people, I mean, sure, nobody wants to be accosted, but I feel like if you're being accosted and you have handgun training and that on you, I feel like you don't feel as afraid.
Yeah.
Like you're like, whatever, I got this.
Well, I walked into the Wandering Goat one time, and this guy was in there, and he's kind of a hippie looking dude, and I looked on and he had a gun, right? Like one of those cool leather pouch things that's right there. And at first it kind of freaked me out. And then the more I thought about it, I thought, God, if somebody came in here right now and started shooting, that guy's going to probably save my life.
I'm going to stand right next to him.
So I walked over to him and I told him that story. He was a super cool guy, a really big vegan man, and not anybody. But I think that's what people don't understand too, is this is not a left or right issue.
Yeah.
Guns are Democrats, Republicans, Independents. There's a lot of people out there that really want their guns. And this is just a way for people to go and get that permit and get ready to go. You just need to be able to own a gun, and that's Tennessee is also waiting for the government to sign it into what would make 20 permitless states. California is mapped out with weird laws on concealed carrying. The northern part, much liberal on it. Then the central and southern parts just depend on where you live. So you're saying there's 20 permitless states? That would make, if Tennessee did it. I didn't know there was that many states that you didn't have to have a permit. Well, what the hell are we getting them in Oregon for? I don't want.
Oregon is relatively strict.
No, they're a big surprise.
Of course, right?
Maine is constitutional carry. Really?
Yeah.
Huh. What about, anybody know what Montana is? That's kind of where I'm headed. I have a feeling they're a constitutional. Maine is constitutional carry. Oh, now people are. See how this is a hot topic. People like this.
It's fun, yeah.
Alaska is permitless. I'm sure they are, because where are you going to? When you're in Alaska, there's people, and you fly out of Alaska, and there's places you're going. There's no road.
Right.
I don't know how you got there, but there's no road.
You find one, it's just dirt.
And what are you going to do? Tell me I can't have a gun? I don't think that's going to happen.
My stepfather's had his concealed since he's had it about 50 years now. And he takes it, when he goes hunting, you're going in desolate areas, and you don't know if you're going to run into some total random stranger that could be super sketchy, or maybe you're not even going to need to conceal and you need it for a bear or something.
Jackie says, totally being accosted without training at the weapon, it's harder to deal with after the fact, but being prepared, trained, and in control really changes the mindset.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing I said to my wife is, if we're going to do this, we have to commit to go and learn how to do this, because I don't want somebody grabbing the gun from me. I want to be, plus I want to be an asset to people.
Yeah.
Not the guy going, I don't really know how to use it.
Right. I don't think you should ever be carrying one on you if you don't know how to use it.
No, it's so important. It's such a lethal weapon and stuff.
Honestly, you probably shouldn't even buy one. If possible, see if you can go to a range and learn how to use it first.
That's what I'm doing. Is I have friends that I have a friend who was in the military. Yeah. He says, Rick, I have all these different guns. Yeah. We'll take you out and show you how they feel, because you need one that you're comfortable with.
You can't, if you go out and buy one, and sure, you hold it in there in the wherever Cabela's or wherever you decide to go, but once you go to use it, it's going to feel totally different.
So Dale says Maine went permitless carry, and the crime went down so far. I bet.
Interesting.
I'm so dumb about guns. I'll tell you a funny gun story. This is really embarrassing. And if anybody comes back at this with me, I will find
pointing
you.
the finger.
So we had a cat and some animal. She was really, really old, like 20. I mean, really old. But some animal got into it, like ripped part of her brain off, and she's still alive.
Whoa.
And she was out in the yard, and I'm going, oh my God. And my son's not home, but he has some guns upstairs.
Zombie.
So my wife goes online. I said, honey, there's only one with a bullet in it. And she goes, okay. And she goes up and looks online, and we find out how to take the safety off. Because I can't, I'm
wow.
going to kill her. And then I go out to do it, and she had run off, and we never saw her again. Well, it's a good thing. Now I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the good part. This is the part that you're going to go, because you know guns, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know guns. And so whenever I tell people this, they go, oh my God. So the gun was a 45. And my son says, oh my God, Dad, if you would have shot Nala with that 45, you would have had her all over you, the house, everywhere. It would have been like the biggest mess.
Wow.
So fortunately, God was watching over me that day. And now you know what a moron I am and why I need to take a gun safety class. Almost time to renew mine. Seriously, not sure if I want to be on the radar anymore. Well, that's
I've heard some people say that.
Watch the crime go down in all the states. That's what we should kind of watch, to see what it does in the permitted versus permitless. That would be interesting to see. Yes, Montana's permitless. Yes.
Yay.
Yay. What about Idaho? God, we got.
Yeah.
I love this. This is the most fun thing. Okay, Mike. So he says, here's a new map of permitless carry states. Oh, okay. Nice. So we'll go look that up now. We're going to be the most educated.
Oh, I know.
People. You can ask us any questions.
It's like I'm educated on these, but then you get further. Oh, I brought this in too. This is really cool. Look at this.
Okay, so hold on. I'm going to pull you off just for a second, Jackie.
Oh,
put it here.
Look at this. Look at this really cool target that we make. It's a shock correction target. So if you're just in training right now and you shoot somewhere totally weird, it's going to tell you that how to left hand quick trigger pull. It's going to tell you pull the trigger firmly with. It's going to train you.
That's awesome.
So these are like training targets that you can get when you get your purchase.
So if you shoot in a certain place, then they'll tell you. It has a little thing that says this is what you probably did wrong, or what you could do better to make that right.
And we make these, so you're not going to go buy these down at Bimart.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I just really thought they were awesome, and they're really helpful for people who are new.
Yeah, Jackie says just be sure that when you're mentally prepared to pull that trigger when the time comes. That's a really good advice. Hey, Ricky. Hey, Wendy. Ryan. You know Ryan Crane? Ryan's on here all the time. Yeah. Hey, Ricky. Hi. Yesterday when I was on with Cameron Haynes, he's a hunting dude, and one of the things he always says is hammer it. So somebody came on and goes, it's the hammer and the hair.
Nice.
And I was the hair, obviously. Oklahoma, no permit needed. Oops, I skipped Mike. Folks also need to consider if they have the temperament for this. Situational stress and the ability to be in control when a dangerous event happens is something that most have no clue about. I will have to consider that. Keep them locked in your pocket. Kids will get a hold of them. Course. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you aren't using it and you have kids in the house or kids coming over, you have to have a gun safe.
Gun safe, yes.
That it will go in so that kids are not. Idaho is permitless too.
God. Wow. There's so many.
So see, the good thing is, so if you had an Oregon permit, then you could go to Idaho and Washington and Oregon, and you'd be fine.
Yeah.
And then you could go on to Iowa and then head up from Idaho up to Montana. We could take you on a shooter's vacation.
Wow. That would be interesting.
Honey, let's go on a rifle trip.
Right. I'm sure she'll be all for it. No problem.
My wife actually would be. But she'd be, I'll go. Unfortunately, I disagree. Gun rights is a political ideology, left-right issue, but more than that, it's a knowledge issue. There are knowledgeable people on both sides. Okay, that's fine. I disagree with you. I don't think I know a ton. I'm assuming because you have a flag, I'm going to guess that you're thinking this is a right issue, a right side issue. But I know so many Democrats that are friends of mine. They're going, you are not going to take my gun rights away from me. Adamant about that. But they're not as vocal as other people, but they still, when it comes down to voting, you don't mess with that. I saw a poll the other day, and this is nothing against Biden, but it was a poll that was showing that all the things that the things that he's done, the polling on the gun thing, and how immigration was really low. And I thought, okay, so he's getting the message on the gun thing. And but I think people like that's what they're saying. There's certain things that just don't want to move yet. Get a new governor, we might be able to be permitless. Or
might have a lot of hunters here.
We're gonna have to gun the valley too. I'm ready. Let's go, Rick. Have guns, we'll travel.
Someone's ready for your gun road trip.
I'm a centralist Jew, and I've been involved with firearms for 20 years. Are you really a centralist Jew, Jason? I know Jason really well. Are you Jewish? I didn't know that.
So you didn't know him that well.
No, I guess I didn't. He texts me or voicemails me like every day. I feel like we're dating. Oregon won't even be permitless. Unfortunately, our governing body would prefer us to be helpless. Okay, well that's so again, so it's called Oregon Concealed. And you just go on OregonConcealed.com and you can take the class anytime. But the recommendation that we've heard today and from all of you guys with your help is go ahead and just get on the sheriff's department, LCSO or whatever sheriff department you're in Oregon. Get on there, get your appointment. It's going to be out 6-7 months.
And once you do the class, you're getting this certificate as soon as you pay for it.
Right.
It's instantly sending from an email to you.
And you can just print it off your email, or you can get the fancy one.
You can get the fancy one that I made
with Wendy's signature.
No,
Wendy, she called. Why did you sign it, Wendy, the goddess of guns? I don't understand that part.
Yeah.
So Wendy, the goddess of guns, will sign your certificate. I'm kidding you. She doesn't really sign it, but you get this official little certificate. Or you don't have to do that. You can just print it right offline. So it's $65. If you get the fancy one, it's another $14. But hey, you can hang it on the wall.
It's got your NRA certified instructor.
I would put this on my door.
Yeah.
So when the burglar comes up, the robber comes up and says, oh, wait, Rick's packing.
It's very official.
Nice, Jason. It's so true. Tom Lang, Tom Hunt. Yet people still vote. Okay, it's going to get political here. It'll get going that way. We don't want to go that direction with this show. That's when I do my own. Wendy doesn't have to put up with that. I put up with that. Wendy, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
So she's my neighbor over here. We're in Eugene Mine Works. Our offices are in here. And she has to put up with my loud voice when I'm talking to you. And I get to hear the phone calls and go, oh, wow, that's crazy.
All sorts of interesting
stuff. It's just accepted. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, that's it. It is Friday. So we will be back. Let me tell you what's coming up next week, you guys. I don't mean to brag, but I have been working my ass off. And we have, let me pull out the magic calendar. We have the best shows lined up for the whole month. I'm not kidding you. I've been working because I know you guys. So on Monday, Chris Dental is sponsoring a young man. He's not that young. His name's Ryan Welch. And if you recognize the last name, it's Bob Welch from the Register Guard, the columnist. It's his son. And he's also a storyteller, but he's a movie maker. So he went to Sheldon High School, and he just is releasing a trailer from a movie on this little island in Alaska of these people and their basketball team. And he's getting all kinds of acknowledgement for this. It's a wonderful, we're going to show you the trailer, talk to Ryan about what he's doing. It is a beauanbeautiful movie. I think it's going to, and I'm proud because he's like one of ours. He's like a local guy. He went to Linfield College and he's doing this. Then on Tuesday, we're going to have Julianne Mills. She's a woman I did a story on years ago. She has no use of her hands and she's an artist and she paints with her teeth. So she puts the paintbrush in her teeth and she paints the most beautiful artwork you've ever seen. So I'm going to show you the old story, and Julie's going to be there with us, and she's going to be painting and talking to us while she does this. And she is the sweetest lady on the planet. Then on Wednesday, we're going to get a little controversial. Redistricting in the state of Oregon is coming up, and independents who are fighting to say, don't let the legislature do this. Don't let the Secretary of State do this. We need a nonpartisan group of people, a commission to draw these lines, because otherwise all the Secretary of States in the past have cheated. And so that's why you have one party winning all the time when we have a supermajority. We can't have that. We can't have a Republican supermajority or an independent party supermajority or a Democratic supermajority. And so you're going to find out all about that. I got Republican, Democrat, and independent coming on to talk about that, who are on the committee talking about this. Then on Thursday, there's a tree giveaway going on up the McKenzie River, a nice little couple up in the nursery. I went up there last week and shot this. They have a nursery and they're giving trees for free to only McKenzie River people affected by the fires. That's part of the story. I think we may have the rest of that I'm not putting out yet because I'm working really hard to get a former survivor from a murder that happened on the 10th of April, like 27 years ago. I'm trying to see if she'll come on and talk with us because I know where she is and she and I talk all the time. So I'm seeing if we can do that. So that's what's coming up.
Great.
And lots of other fun stuff. So just have a good weekend. It's Easter. It's Good Friday. So have a good Friday. If you don't believe in Easter, that's okay. Go have a basket. Go pop an egg. Have a fancy dinner. I always find it kind of funny that, Easter is the celebration of Ishtar, the goddess of fertility.
Yes.
And somehow that got mixed in with Jesus too. And then we have ham, Easter ham, and Jesus was a Jew, so he didn't eat ham.
Right.
So many consistencies.
Oh, wow.
And, there's so many
But
things.
the eggs, they make sense.
Yeah, the eggs for fertility makes sense. I'm not sure what it has to do with Jesus.
I don't know about that, though.
The rabbit is another funny one. Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Well, it's cute.
They're very fertile. That's it.
That's what it is.
Yes.
And chicks, little chicks are that. So anyway, it has nothing to do with her or this story, but I think it's fun to just kind of throw some stuff out there. What is the appointment for the sheriff's office? You have to go on the website, LCLS's website, and you get an appointment to get this all approved. And it's going to be 7 or 8 months out. So that's what it's going to be. It's a background
actual
check.
permit. This is their training certificate. What you get from the sheriff is the permit to carry. So don't carry once you have this.
Yeah.
Carry after you've seen the sheriff.
Because if you carry and you haven't seen the sheriff yet, and then the sheriff pulls you over, well, let's just say your ass is grass.
Yes.
All right, you guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you later.